Jeez Louise, we did not. Why? I mean, at least it was just natural, not giant and growing out of places and trying to strangle people. We're improving. Seeing here, I said the show was improving. That's what I get. I jinxed it. That was me. That was on me. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Gen V. We're now on season 2, episode 3, which is called H is for Human. Interesting slogan considering what VOD is popping out right now. So in the last episode, we kind of delved deeper into this Odessa thing to try to figure out more about it. We see that what's his name? Polarity. There we go. Polarity decided to join the faculty at Vought because at Godolkin, because he's hoping to get information to help Emma out. They were able to get some information, and during that adventure, Emma discovered that she can make herself big without eating herself to sickness. So yeah, now she knows that she no longer has to use food in order to get small or get big. So that's a good push for her powers. And speaking of pushing powers, we also saw that Jordan and Marie were put into a new class that was formulated by Cypher, apparently to push them and see whether or not they could break through to new heights with their powers. But I do think it's just more experimentation. But either way, we didn't get to see anything new from either Jordan or Marie, but at least they know now that they're going to be thrown into situations that are life and death thanks to the school. And we also found out about Odessa in that Marie was actually part of Project Odessa, although we don't know the details of exactly what it is outside of babies being given V, which is what I predicted back in episode 1. So with that information, we'll have to see what Marie makes of it and whether or not she feels like it's worth digging into. And I think the other big question is whether or not her sister was part of it as well. So I'm ready to jump into the episode. Let's do so. But just before I do, if you'd like to know when I drop episodes, please hit that subscribe button. There we go. As well as the notification bell. All right, that out of the way. Let's get into the episode right now. Xanax. Does Xanax pay to be named in this show so many times? Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's real. Is she the girl that got attacked at the coffee shop? I think she was. I don't understand why you would work here. Shouldn't the humans refuse to work here going forward if they know they're going to be so completely discriminated against? Pervert. Someone just showed up. I heard the whoosh. Yeah, she almost got killed over that, and she's not even the one who put it up.
Hi, welcome to Jitterbee. What can I get for you today?
You think that's fucking funny?
Who keeps doing that?
Taking this orange cranberry skull, bitch.
Yeah, quit immediately. Who's doing it? It's definitely a soup doing it. It's definitely a soup doing it. Who just wants to see humans get tortured. Again, I don't know why you'd work there. I mean, I know jobs are hard to come by, but I would scrub floors anywhere but there.
But no cause of death is listed on any of them.
Maybe I was 25 for you were in a cage fight till death and you just murdered some sweet baby ass.
Really?
As a weapon, you are Odessa. The math is pretty clear here.
Well, calm down.
Use you as a weapon.
I'm not a weapon. Okay?
You are. But you don't have to be that way.
She tells Marie to go back to school to find something called Odessa, and then you're Odessa. What are the fucking odds of that? I mean, she had to have known.
I don't
right?
think she did, or maybe she does. We don't know.
Try and ask Pam.
Who's Pam?
Who's Pam exactly?
Here, in the photo.
Oh, okay, it wasn't her grandmother then.
Aunt Pam.
Oh, your aunt. Okay.
I was gonna skip.
Exactly. She's like, I'm coming down from this high.
Get the fuck out.
Period. He's like, I had one teenager. That was enough.
Yeah.
When I grew got naked, and you saw my knockers and knockers, I'm like on display, like, whoa. It's okay.
That was a lot, but I'm sure it's not the first time he's seen them. Like, not hers, but in general.
Yeah, when you got small again.
When I filled up 3 straight-up bins of puke, yeah. I'm fine.
You're not.
These days, I can just shrink with crushing self-hatred. What? Look, I know it doesn't sound like progress, but it is.
It is, in a way. She's right. I mean, it is still a problem, but she needed to get small quick.
I tried a few years back after my parents.
Didn't go well.
She wouldn't even talk to me.
Mm.
She let me suffer at Red River while she tried to adopt Annabeth. It's shitty, but I was almost happy when I found out they wouldn't let her.
Well, maybe she's had some time to think about it.
Should we talk about what I said to you the other night?
Oh, should we?
I don't know if now's the right time, you know?
It's not you, Marie. They feel the same, but they got problems. But of course, you're going to misinterpret this because that's kind of your trope with the two of you.
Click the like button if you think I should shed my skin in solidarity.
I would really like you to never do that again. Oh, yeah, her powers might be absolutely wacky because her head's not right. Like, literally not right.
I can't hear anything. I can't hear anything.
Oh, she can't read minds.
Bot has commissioned a new wig.
Is that not a good thing? Didn't she hate it? Yeah, Kay looks terrible. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Just so
On guard. On guard. No, I'd have my guard up.
so much rightness.
Look at Marie, like, try it out, blow your head up.
They were fucking animals.
You're one to talk. I wonder what happened to Kate trying to use her powers again when she's still healing. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jordan wants to help so bad. Girl, you don't have to cut yourself anymore. We've already talked about this. Good job, Marie. But yeah, you need to find ways that's not going to make you pass out.
Soups are outnumbered, what, 10 million to 1 worldwide?
Thank the Lord.
Let's face it, we're fucked.
This rhetoric.
Class dismissed. Not you, Marie.
Yes, me. I'm part of class. Class is dismissed.
Marie, tell me, why cut yourself?
That's a good question, unfortunately.
Self-harm. Kind of distasteful disorder.
It is, in
Very
fact.
human.
It's not self-harm.
It is self-harm, Marie. We talked about this last season.
Something magnificent. If you just believed it up here.
Not Kate getting jealous. Something tells me something happened between her and that professor, you know, on a much more personal level.
Okay, look, I don't know what's going on with you, but you need to get your shit together.
How about you leave?
She was right. I've done things.
You know, you could always just whip her across the field. Oh, they're back.
I hope you don't
Didn't I tell you the hallucinations are going to come back soon? Not your hallucinations getting high. Maybe they're telling you something. I never want to encourage drug use, but in this case, maybe marijuana might be good for him.
But you just dragged her away.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Anything that Homelander or Vought wanted.
You did. And that was you, unfortunately.
Top summer internship.
Fair.
You, yeah, garbage.
Oh, not the whole world turning. Oh, this trip is bad, Sam.
JFK Jr. faked his death.
No
Seriously.
conspiracy theories.
5G
And what the fuck with Kate? Did she tell Cypher what we did or not?
I don't know.
You don't know. You could fill a book with the shit you don't know.
Whoa, where the fuck is that coming from?
Why are you freaking out about me saying I love you?
I was a virgin.
A virgin what?
Mamacita?
Before
You were
and I,
her first.
you know, I was technically.
Not technically. That just is or isn't.
I never had the actual genital.
The sex. You can say it.
You can't say I love you to the first person you have sex with.
Well, she kind of means it, though.
Sorry, that's the truth.
There's a lot of other truths you could have picked besides that one.
Why are you running, Jordan?
What the hell is happening?
Do you love it? Because you better love it.
It's just like those posters of Homelander.
Yeah, they did not consent to this.
The new rankings are out. Jordan, you're number 1.
Oh, last season, that would have made them so happy. Yeah, we need to talk about that, Jordan, the running from your emotions. Oh, well. No, she's going to go alone because she feels like Jordan's not with her. Jordan. But I got to remember, Jordan's like 21, so.
Tell Vought the truth.
I love it. What truth?
That Emma, Jordan, and Marie tried to kill me.
Yeah, because you tried to push. You just keep forgetting that part, huh?
Your powers are totally fucked up. You're no better than a human.
This manipulation. Jeez, Kate, you just find one manipulator after another. Whew. She's a magnet for these people.
Remember that your value in this world comes and goes with your powers, and
Ooh.
without them, you are nothing.
And that's the soup world y'all want to be a part of, huh? That's what you advocated for, Kate. Was that there last season? I feel like it wasn't. Not that we saw much of the house last season. I wonder if he's got his own lab or if that's a way to the new lab.
Like you. We're shipping a second to your parents.
Like you is crazy. What?
Hey, can you switch?
Fuck off.
Literally.
about the struggles of being a trans person in the world and how God you
I
has
think
welcomed
that
you.
qualifies as the same.
And I worked in a word transtastic, which I came up with myself.
I'm not trans.
Thank you. I was like, I'm pretty sure they don't fall into that. And also, wow, I can't even keep up with this dialogue right now.
You're telling me this isn't everything you've ever wanted?
Last season, yeah.
Elmira, was that fun?
Oh, you know what? Just break the stinger off. Just break it off. It's that simple. I mean, they'll find somebody else who's equally as annoying, but seriously.
Hey, Emma.
Doesn't work anymore.
Technically, Jordan Ray did it. So...
Not her throwing the blame. What soup keeps doing that?
Every day it is another asshole who says he's going to punch me or rape me or just fucking kill me because they think I'm putting these stupid flyers up.
Facts.
If I could get another job, I would, but
I think you should still be home and homeless.
I have no clue. We have cameras, but they don't catch anyone.
Someone who's super fast or can teleport.
Speedster.
Mm-hmm.
Teleporter.
What did I just say?
Speedster!
Emma, you're not a Okay, but you know what? Do what you gotta do, girl.
Sorry, hey, I just want to talk! Oh, I'm sorry.
Emma, can you stop hitting people? I mean, it's not bad enough you're not a speedster. You can't even walk straight. Are you in the men's room?
Wow.
Yeah, that's what oh, that's a lot. It's a lot of meat. By the way, you don't have to be Jewish. You deserve that. Get out of the men's room. Jeez Louise, we did not, why? I mean, at least it was just natural, you know? Not giant and growing out of places and trying to strangle people. We're improving. Are you supposed to take that off? I think you're supposed to leave it on and let the doctor redress it. Oh, I mean, the hairstyle's kind of punk rock, right? Bright side.
Go away.
Kate? Kate, it's me. Please let me in.
Yeah, she can't fix you right now, bro.
Fucking. They keep coming back, and I just want to make them go away. So just here, please.
That's what I thought. He's still asking for it, so no empathy for him. Sorry.
No, Kate, it's just one time.
It'll never be just be one time, bro.
It's a million fucking times.
I know. Hey, don't. You're right, okay? We've hurt people.
A lot of people.
When I pushed him too much. And I can't do that to you anymore, okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just the messes you keep making there, Kate. Poor decisions after poor decisions. I knew something was coming. When you have someone super strong losing it's not safe. Cut it out. Go in there and stop him, please. I don't think he knows how, bro. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna go well. I would say, you could ask. Oh, I don't want to know what was going on. That's okay. I can live without knowing that. I really didn't think much could top the group sex with the guy who could split himself into multiple people. But that was getting pretty darn close. That exploding penis, man who shrunk and went into a penis and made that explode, or that. I don't. It's a race. It's a close race. See, and here I said the show was improving. That's what I get. I jinxed it. That was me. That was not me.
You have got to quit going aggro on people that want to help you.
Oh no. No one can
Oh,
help me.
boo-hoo.
Give me a chance.
People only help if you want it, Sam.
I just wanna forget.
Everyone does, bro, but
You and me both.
part of growing is accepting. I'm pretty sure if Luke could have taken a few more minutes, he wouldn't have done that. And he only did it because he didn't know how to get out of that psychotic loop that Kate put him in.
I mean, if you ever tried to hurt yourself, he'd fucking kill you.
They're being real. Look at that. See? Talking sometimes helps, just a little bit. I just think he needs some form of medication for like the actual underlying psychological problem he has. Put it away. Oh, there's actually scars. She didn't have any last season. Put it away. Remember? Remember, it's just for the fighting.
Aunt Pam?
Just don't call me that.
Oh, you know what? She's Vought. She's Vought. That's why she didn't want to talk to her. She's Vought. She probably felt guilty. Maybe her sister didn't get the V then.
I was worried about you.
Yeah, no. That's over now. Thank God.
And then, let's hope so.
I spent a lot of time looking for Annabeth. Have you heard from her at all?
No, I don't know where she is.
That's probably true. Maybe. I don't even know now. Let's get to it. Come on, ladies.
But this was taken in the clinic.
What clinic?
Where you were
The
born.
fertility clinic. Where you were conceived.
So they didn't know. That's what I thought.
Conceived at a clinic?
At Godolphin University.
So they probably actually put the V in her embryo. Not even as a baby. She got it as an embryo. That's why they didn't know.
I think I have a few pictures from that day.
Oh, do share.
Wait, if they
I was about to say, Annabeth.
No medical intervention needed there. Turns out Annabeth was the real miracle.
Is that actually their child? Damn, that was hurtful, by the way. She's a miracle too. All of us are. Oh, she probably misses her parents. All the memories she has is them in the worst way possible.
Can I have these? I can make copies.
It's fine. Keep them.
I have a feeling she doesn't really want you to stick around. Ah! No way! He's known her the whole time.
It's Dr. Gold. He delivered you.
Gold? Wow, he literally made Marie.
Now, this is the way it goes. When you get out of this school, you need to be able to make money.
It could be nail polish. You need to match the shades, make sure it's the right spray paint color.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, then why are you leaving? But she's not a speedster. So there's two of them.
Your secret starlighter in minutes.
Why are you trying to get me killed, girl?
Please don't tell anyone.
Then why do you keep putting it around the humans?
My powers are a chameleon, so I can copy anyone else's power for like 60 seconds. The tail is just a pain in the ass.
You're blowing.
Nah, now we're learning. She wants to see someone else shrink.
Oh, shit.
You do my power better than I do.
You could tell it. I was like, you could teach her a few things. You should ask her how she did it.
So inconvenient.
Yeah, you kind of get used to the public nudity stuff.
You should ask. Okay.
It's been all last year, sucking Justine stick. Now you're a spray painter activist? Like,
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused, but.
who's us?
Oh, indeed. There was two of them, wasn't there? Because who was the speedster she actually got the powers from?
I think you look like her. You think so?
I mean, I love my little cousins a lot too, but I don't be keeping that many pictures of them. You're kind of her only key to her past.
They did it because they wanted a baby to love. And they loved you more than anything.
So they did know about the V? I'm confused. We never know because her parents died before they could ever tell her if they knew. But it sounds like they did. This is a child's room. This is definitely a child's room. You liar. But you know what? For Annabeth's safety.
You should go.
No, she's not leaving now.
Fuck is this?
You gotta explain yourself now.
all these years you kept her from me? Do you know how fucked up that is?
Marie, we were afraid of you.
Remember?
You massacred your parents.
She kind of saw.
I tried to give her a good life, and I think I did.
I want to talk to her.
I can't let you do that.
Yes, you fucking can.
Where is she? She doesn't want to see you.
Let her say it herself.
I didn't have any choice.
That's true.
They decided that for me.
I know.
No, no. You don't.
You really don't,
Because
ma'am.
you just stood there and said that I massacred them.
It's true. Calm down, Marie. Just because of your powers, that's all. Calm down.
And you make me feel like a monster for it. And you let my sister think that I'm a monster. You let her believe that it's my fault.
That is pretty crappy. But again, I don't know if she even knew what happened. It's messy.
I loved my parents.
You did.
They did this.
Put it where it belongs.
Tell Annabeth.
Yeah, I think you need to leave it. If Annabeth ever wants to find out the truth, she knows where to find you. It sucks though, because we don't know how things were really from Annabeth's perspective at this point. For her, yeah, it made it look like her parents were murdered, you know, and that's her own trauma. And Marie's got to recognize that and respect it. How's the Deep still getting things? Oh yeah, I forgot he's right up Homelander's ass, quite literally. So I was joking about the weed, but it turns out it might actually be helping. So Jordan, we want to talk about you running from your feelings yet or what?
I talk to him, you know.
Valid.
I just like tell him about my day and I ask him for advice.
Pretty sure he would have told you not to be doing what you're doing.
I would give anything for 5 more minutes.
That's how it goes.
I love you sounds like cliche.
It's important though.
I'd probably just play Madden with him
Mm-hmm.
and tell him I loved him.
Exactly. It's important. You know, telling people you love them. Yeah. When they're still here.
I'm her kid who destroyed the
You're kind of forgetting that sometimes these soups kind of cause a bit of trauma for their parents too.
You're not that scared.
He is a little when he's freaking out, not gonna lie. Aw, I don't hate this friendship. Sam does need friends that are not, you know, trying to brainwash him or use him.
And then flyers on the cars in the faculty lot.
And then read, fuck Homelander on a Whataburger truck on Friday.
That's all we're doing?
And I mean this constructively. What you're doing is stupid and useless.
And it's getting the humans in trouble.
Hit him where it hurts. They can clean up paint. What we should be doing is sabotage, disrupt, break shit.
Okay.
We're not like that, Emma.
Oh, so you're performative.
We're not
Actual activists. We're performative activists.
We can be heroes.
It's very true. Andre did give her that speech last season.
Shut up.
She was high as a kite.
No, but for real.
She's like, stop laughing. Okay. I like Emma being the little rebel leader. We need someone. Wow. Okay, the outfit. Sure. Oh, Marie needs a shoulder, guys. This has been a day. Her in this offside beanie.
And foresight of Thomas Godolkin is evident in each and every one of you.
But also, Cypher looks like he's practically the same age as when Marie was delivered, which would have been 20 years ago almost. So I wonder what his power is.
How was that, Pam's?
Fucking terrible. But also enlightening.
I love you.
It's true, though.
I love you. Even though that freaks the fuck out of me to say it, and I do not want to get hurt, and I have never said it to anybody before, not like this.
Yeah, probably not like this.
Here, and I don't want to regret anything.
Exactly, stop talking. You said enough. You're such goofs. I love it. Something bad's gonna happen. Okay. Ooh, this show, you know, they don't really do the sweet, so. And I just feel like they're setting them up for something. I don't like it.
Signed awesome at birth.
Wow.
It's trans-tastic.
I'm sorry. You nailed that awkward face. You did such a good job. Oh my God. Truth coming out.
Andre Anderson is dead.
Should have known. Switch to girl. That's means business. It's Jordan's brave side.
His powers killed him. They don't want people to know that. Vought wants you to believe that Kate was attacked by Starlighters.
Jordan, no.
But those people were innocent.
Jordan's never been one for wanting to hide the truth, though.
Starlighters didn't attack Kate.
They're gonna say I did.
I did.
I knew it. There's no way they would implicate Marie. They really do love you. But now Marie's alone. Oh, Jordan. Jordan, I get the sentiment, but why? Okay, well, that was an emotional roller coaster of an episode, that's for sure. Oh goodness. Okay, let's start with Jordan, since we ended with Jordan in the episode. Jordan very much dealing with their own thing. Yeah, a lot of the insecurities and the issues that Jordan has. We only touched on them a bit in season 1, but as I think I touched on last episode, Jordan comes from, this house where his family, sorry, guys, if I get the pronouns wrong, please know it's not out of disrespect. With English, it's not always easy to use they, them. So if I switch into the pronouns, just know it's not because I'm trying to be forgetful, but please be patient with me. We know that they came from a traditional household, and Jordan was born a boy, and their family want them to be a boy. And so the fact that they refuse to stay in that gender at all times, because remember, we heard Jordan's dad say that they would prefer that Jordan not be the female version unless it's for fighting. But anyway, you have all that, growing up with all that insecurity, growing up with all that conditional love, which I think that's what it feels like to Jordan, is that their parents will only love them if they fall into the perfect little box that's set out for them. And they don't want to do that. But at the same time, it's still their parents. And of course, you still love your parents and you want them to love you and accept you. So I think that that's something that from the very beginning set Jordan up for being a bit of a people pleaser and someone who desires to be accepted and wanted. And that's kind of what fed into what happened in season 1 with them turning the other way and looking away with what was going on with Luke. And, that was dealt with last season when Kate put them through that nightmare walk of all their deepest shames, right? But the point is, it's still, these are not things that get healed overnight. Jordan still has a little bit of that desire of being accepted and glorified to kind of fill that fear of being rejected and that fear of inadequacy. And so when Marie said that they loved them, you saw that their initial reaction was actually happiness. Like they were actually like, oh, wow. Like, cause honestly, that was the feeling, right? We already know that Jordan's in love with Marie. Like that's been pretty apparent this season. I mean, a little bit last season, but this season for sure, they've been in love with Marie, but it's fear, right? When you have to love someone and actually be open about that. And that's the whole thing about loving people. As soon as you open your heart to love someone, you've innately made yourself vulnerable, right? You've immediately made yourself open to being hurt. And it's a scary thing. No one wants to be hurt. No one wants to be rejected. It really does hurt because, Jordan's already experienced that with their parents. And there's probably been other people that Jordan has tried to love or get into relationships with that probably inevitably had an issue with the what did they call it? Their bigender identity. And so here's Marie, someone that it's very clear that Jordan puts Marie up here. Like Marie is, you can just see it. Like Jordan's just in awe of Marie. And so this is probably somebody like the first person that Jordan's ever really, really, really cared about what they thought of them. And to have that person say that they love them, like, yes, it's beautiful and it's great, but it's scary. And Jordan has kind of kept a little bit of a wall up there, kind of just waiting and preparing for when the other shoe's going to drop where Marie's concerned, not realizing that Marie, is very much like Jordan in the sense of that she's got so many reasons to have walls up because of her background, being thrown into being thrown into the Red River and abandoned and society looking down on her, having her own family think that she's a murderer. Like she's been through her share of being abandoned and being rejected as well. So she understands Jordan on a visceral level, but I don't think that Jordan recognizes that they have that similarity. But anyway, coming back, we see that because of that, Jordan has been a little standoffish since that I love you. And we got Marie saying to them like, hey, should we talk about it? Because I can tell that we should probably talk about it. And Jordan, and then she says, afterwards too, that, she admits to Jordan that Jordan is the first person she's ever actually been intimate with. And so she's like, I just want to let you know that that's kind of why this is also special for me, while you're special to me. And Jordan doesn't exactly handle that confession well. I mean, they're not wrong in that you shouldn't just say I love you to the first person that you're intimate with, especially if you don't feel it, that is. I mean, for some people, that's the person they end up marrying or being in a very long-term relationship with. But I get the point they're saying is that if you're in college and, you're just trying to get rid of it, then don't be saying that to people, especially if you don't mean it. But coming back, Marie, thankfully, I love that she's really good at kind of putting things out there and trying to clear things up as soon as possible. And so anyway, she kind of puts it out there like, okay, if there's something wrong, I need you to tell me. But Jordan can't really articulate what they want to say because of course they don't actually hate that Marie said that. They love it, but they weren't quite ready to say it back. And that's okay. One of the things about saying ILUs is that you should be prepared that the person you're saying it to may not say it back to you. Like if you really feel it, it shouldn't matter if the other person is not there yet, right? Because that's how you feel. But I know sometimes some people feel some type of way if you say it and you don't hear it back. But digressing, that whole thing happens, and then we see that Jordan has the situation with Sam, and when they are there and they're in their feelings and a little bit high, they both start talking about the fact that they've lost people that they care about. And Jordan talks about the fact that, they miss Andre, and that, if there was something that could be said, that they would really want to express that they love them because maybe they didn't say it enough. And that would be something that if it's 5 minutes, that's what they'd want to say. And I think that most people who've lost someone would say that that's one of the first things you would say if you could see or speak to them again. You want to let them know how you feel. And so that was kind of the epitome, thankfully, for Jordan, that, yeah, I should say something to Marie because that's exactly how I do feel. And sorry, I feel like there's a bug there. Say something, especially in their life, what they've gone through in the last season and going into this season already. Their lives have been in danger multiple times. So anyway, I'm glad that they came to that recognition. That's not the right word. The realization. I was gonna say, I'm glad they recognized and two words in my head in the same time. Sorry, guys. I'm making new words. I'm glad that they came to the realization and recognized that they should express how they feel because, obviously we're not wishing anything to happen to Marie, or them, but if something happens, right, you want to know that you got those feelings out and got get those words out. So anyways, that was kind of Jordan. And then we see that Jordan, like I said, was made number one. Last season, it was only like the first 2 episodes that the rankings were kind of made a big deal. But we know at Godolphin, it was a huge deal before as far as getting all the contracts, the money, the things. And we saw that Jordan's getting swag. They're getting commercials. They're getting banners. And again, it's so interesting how last season, episode 1, Jordan would have been over the moon, right? Episode 1, Jordan would have stepped on the corpses of the people that they're close to now to get to that number 1 position. But things have changed. And now Jordan recognizes that there's more important things happening, more important people that they care about and want to protect. And so we see that in the end, when they have this speech to give, which, we already heard Stinger Girl say, hey, read it unless you want to go back to Almira. And Jordan's like, you know what? I'm the spirit of truth, confessing their feelings. And now they don't feel good about this, right? And we saw this last season too, right? Like when they asked Marie to tell the truth about what happened with Luke, and Marie's like, I don't want to talk about it. I want to, I don't want to get involved. And that's just always been Jordan. Like Jordan does not like hiding in any way, whether it's not hiding who they are from their parents or hiding the truth about what happened to Andre, who's someone that they loved and respected, and just so many things. So I love that about Jordan. I respect that, even though this maybe wasn't the smartest strategic move, but Jordan didn't want to even do this. Jordan was prepared to stay in Almira, right? We saw it was really Emma that pushed them to put that aside. But yeah, it was very hard for Jordan to go up there and lie, especially because it meant, it's just seeing the ripple effect of it, right? Seeing that Andre's father is having to suffer, like everyone thinking that his son was a criminal, or the fact that those poor Starlighters got taken out because they needed someone to pin the attack on Kate on. So, I don't think Jordan was wrong in wanting the truth to come out. Of course, I knew it wasn't going to be believed because the school has been pumping the rhetoric of separatism and fascism for months now. So, and a lot of these kids sadly believe in it to some degree. So they're not going to want to hear anything that's going to actually expose the ugly truth, the other side of it. So anyway, good on Jordan though. I do respect them for that. What that's going to mean, I mean, they are number 1 now. So doing it as number 1 when all cameras are on them and they're kind of a big notorious figure is probably the best time to do it. It's not to say that they're untouchable, but they're probably not going to throw them back into jail right now for that, right? Although they did say that they solely attacked Kate, which is somewhat true. Jordan was the one who sent the blast that hurt Kate. So it's not a lie, but of course, Marie is devastated at seeing this confession because Marie really needs someone right now. And now Jordan, who knows what'll happen anyways. My guess is the thing is with these types of fascist regimes, when it's, soup against soup, that kind of crime happens, they like to sweep that under the rug. They like to act like it's not really happening because if it had been a human, it feeds into the rhetoric. But now that it's a fellow soup, now how do we spin that in a way that doesn't make it seem like we're hypocrites, right? So it'll be interesting to see. I don't think anything's going to happen to Jordan is my point. I think they're going to threaten Jordan because Cypher definitely noticed that there's something between Jordan and Marie, and I have no doubt that they're going to probably turn around and use that to threaten Jordan because Jordan really doesn't care about themselves like that. But if they think that Marie's going to be hurt because of them, they'll fold. There's no doubt about that. So we'll see how that goes as far as Jordan. And then we can move on to Kate. Kate, apparently what we saw last episode with Kate, touching on people and basically turning them into puppets and making them do her bidding, that was not on purpose. It's because her powers are not working as they normally would. Like, her powers are there, but it looks like they're not working. Like, normally what we saw when she grabbed onto Emma in the cafeteria, that's her pushing move, right? That's typically what she would do when she wants to push you, but she can't push, it looks like, at will anymore. Instead, she just ended up talking to her. But then with that nurse, when she grabbed her in that panic in the hospital, we saw that she pushed her to do all kinds of evil things. But I don't think that's even what Kate wanted. She just wanted to talk, and she didn't know how to speak at that point. So all that to say, understandably, Kate's head had to be literally pieced back together. And since the focal point of these soups' powers is their brain, with that being damaged, like, there's a big problem here. So it looks like, and we've seen too that her mind reading is not working at the moment. Very interesting that they gave it like the white noise sound when she was trying to listen to all the voices. And it's hilarious because, like, I think I was trying to say in the episode, I might have ended up trailing off because I was reading, but last season, Kate was like so desperate. Remember, she was taking drugs. She'd been taking drugs since she was like 16 to keep the voices out. And now she can't hear them and she's panicking. Right? But I think she's been having to listen to them for months now, so maybe she's getting used to it. But either way, her powers are not working. So because of that, like, the doctors rightfully are like, don't use your powers until we know what's going on or until you've healed up more. Maybe they'll go back to normal. But my guess is they have no idea if Kate's ever going to be exactly the way she was. And Kate is understandably upset because I said last episode that Kate is a little bit more frantic than I would have expected. Back in episode 1, she seemed like desperately frantic. And I'm like, where's this coming from? Like, you've been Homelander's little puppet for God knows how long. Like, you should be feeling on top of the world right now. So why are you so jittery? But my guess is that it's much like Sam, who is kind of losing it over what they did. We still don't know what they've done. And I think there's a reason why they're keeping it quiet. And I'm sure that in another couple of episodes, it's either going to be Sam, most likely Sam, or Kate that's going to tell us what this summer of hell has been next to Homelander, right? Because it looks like we got a few flashes from Sam's memory, but of course, we're not going to get the full picture till later. But anyway, I have a sneaking suspicion that it took Kate all of maybe 5 minutes of being around Homelander to realize that she completely screwed up in aligning with a man who's quite frankly a psychopath in every possible way. But anyway, yeah, like, I think that she, she's frantic. She's kind of scared because of what she's seen Homelander is capable of. But I know that she also genuinely believes that she's helping. Like, she really thinks that getting Marie wasn't in there, but getting, Marie and Jordan and Emma out was like the good thing to like get everybody back together, because the last time she had any level of like feeling some level of solidarity was with those three and Andre, of course, who we know she was in love with. But, she didn't know that Andre was dead, which was kind of the first crack for her, because she then realized that even the people she thought she could trust at Godolkin, aka Cypher, had lied to her by not telling her that. And, I think she just felt like that moment, like the fact that they didn't really seem like they appreciated that Kate was genuinely broken at hearing about Andre. And then the fact that, of course, that they attacked her. She really does believe, like, why do these people who I think are my friends, who I consider to be friends that we trauma bonded with, like, why would they do that? And again, I keep saying that, she keeps just, incidentally forgetting that she literally took off her glove to push Marie into making her go back to Godolkin. It's like, that is why, Kate, that's why you're one arm down, girl. Do not push people. Don't push people you call your friends, right? Like, you already read their mind without permission. But anyway, yeah, so she feels genuinely betrayed at the moment, but mostly because I think she feels very alone. As I said, I know she thought she was doing the right thing last season with joining with Homelander and this whole idea that all humans are trying to hurt them. With her past, it's understandable where the feelings come from, but you can't fight hate with hate. That's just not the way it works. That's just never the way it works. All it does is just take you to new lows. Yeah, I think that unfortunately Kate began to realize that very shortly after her decisions of season 1. But all that to say that she really does think that what she's done was all to protect her friends, because last season, Indira was looking to wipe out all soup. She didn't care if you were good, bad, or otherwise. She thought if you had soup, if you had a V in your blood, if you were soup, you had to go. And so that's the part that Kate, she still isn't able to distinguish the fact that while, yes, Indira was absolutely the worst of the worst, she was an extremist. And most humans don't feel the way that she does. Her parents were human, and yes, her parents turned out to be pretty terrible, but there's so many other people out there who loved and would have cared for her, other humans that would have been actual friends to her, but she just chose to take the worst examples and just say that that's a blanket, I can throw over all of humanity. And that's the same thing that, was that not what Indira just did? Like, do you see the pot kettle situation here. Kate's feeling betrayed, and the fact that, she feels like her friends tried to kill her is still very much, bothering her. And we see her going back to the school, having to act like everything's normal. That's bothering her. Her recognizing that Cypher actually has more interest in Marie. And I'm thinking that he kind of buttered her up when she first showed up at Godolkin, and now she's realizing it was all an act. But also, we also heard Cypher say to her, girl, your value is only as good as your powers. And sadly, he's not wrong as far as Homelander is concerned, especially, right? Because when she was like, no, I want to tell Homelander that they were the ones who tried to kill me. He's like, okay. And then you tell them that you got your head cracked open and that now you're no longer a functioning suit. It sucks, but it's so true. That's all Homelander cares about right now. He only cares you have a good power or a strong power, in his opinion, and that you're working. He doesn't want to hear anything else. Homie can't even look at his own graying pubes. You think he cares about your head wound? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's kind of where Kate is at. She's starting to realize that, shit ain't sweet where she is. She thought the grass was greener. It's not. And, towards the end there, we see that she's just kind of feeling lost because even Sam, right? Sam really wasn't her friend either. Sam only joined her because he too was angry and scared and upset and frustrated with humans because they had tortured him. But that's not really who Sam is, right? Sam is actually a very kind person, and that's who Luke tried to protect for so long, but wasn't able to. And so now that Kate can't give him his normal hit of, I don't have to think about how horrible my choices have been for the last 6 months, he's realizing he has no use for her. That's kind of Kate at the moment. Her head's all stitched up. We'll see how long it'll take to heal. And as I said, we'll see if she actually does get better or not. And if she's going to be okay with not getting better. That's another thing, right? With this rhetoric that is being pumped through God U right now, that you guys are only as important as your rankings and your powers. And if you don't have those things, you have nothing. You shouldn't even live. That's crazy. Sam, not much to say. He's spinning out. He's coming down from what's basically like been a 3, 4, 5, 6 month high of being on Kate's, mind trips. And yeah, his memories are coming back. And what Emma said to him is really sinking in about the fact that he is going to eventually have to deal with all this. There'll come a time when, because like she said, like Luke eventually started to break through her pushes. And I'm pretty sure Sam will at some point too, if she did keep it up. So what will you do then, sir? You need to find a healthier way to deal with your rage. And hilarious that Jordan was the one to decide to jump in and stop Sam from continuing to do that. And I do think that kind of rolls into the whole, Luke, Andre, and, Jordan, they were also close in season 1. And I think that now that this is his baby brother, Jordan has every reason to be very bitter with Sam. But instead, I really like that they decided to instead step in, stop them from causing more damage and possibly hurting someone. And I just love that whole moment, that whole scene with the two of them bonding, I think was really, really nice. And, Jordan just explaining, like, I get the impulse to smash it all, but, people are trying to help you, but you gotta let people in. You gotta start trusting people. If you can't trust humans, like, we're fellow soups, let us help you. We're people who knew your brother, and by extension, we care about you too. So please, just let us help you. So I do hope that Sam takes that to heart. It's hard though. I do think that Sam's unfortunately very easily manipulated, and Cypher is very good at dropping them mind controlling, mind screw type of lines. So I have no doubt that if he feels like Sam is drifting a little too far away, he's going to probably turn that screw of guilt, and we'll see whether or not Sam's actually able to stand up, or if he promises Sam the ability to forget it all again. I feel like that's going to be tempting for him, but we'll see. I like to hope that Sam gets a little bit of growth this season outside of being the ragey kid, and he absolutely owes Emma an apology. That's another thing that's actually been overdue. He owes Emma a fat apology. But yeah, that's basically Sam. Not too much to say about that. And then on to Marie. Marie and Jordan, really quick, really love that, she was, like I said, I love that she's so direct and so honest, and really just wanted to address the whole thing with her, confessing her feelings with Jordan, and also letting them know that, that they are very special to her and being her first intimate contact ever, but also being patient. She really could have gotten way more upset with Jordan in the way they were acting, but I'm glad that she didn't have time to ruminate on it long before Jordan came back and told her how they felt, because I think she would have felt some type of way. But yeah, that was all very cute. I really do like their playful yet slightly dysfunctional relationship. And then outside of that, we find out that, she's still trying to figure out what this means, that she was part of Odessa. What does that mean? Because these files are not telling her anything about what Odessa was, just that she was part of it. And she seemingly was the sole survivor of it. So from that, she went and visited the woman in the photo. I knew that she was there for a reason. The aunt who's not really an aunt. Yeah, I'm still not 100% convinced that she's not Vought, but anyway, we discovered through her that Marie was actually conceived via IVF. And I'm now believing that unlike other babies would get V at birth, I think that Marie was probably given V at the embryo stage, making her like an actual born soup as opposed to a post-birth soup, right? Which, I mean, if you get injected as a few days old versus an embryo, I think that's probably potato to a degree, but I do think it probably does change genetically how the V works. And anyways, point being, I think that's what happened. I think that Marie actually was, like I said, technically a born soup like Andre. But that her sister, now we know that, because that was my big question is, okay, what about Annabeth? And she said, no, Annabeth was actually a natural birth. And so through that, she discovered that about herself. And it looks like her parents knew, because it was through God U, the fertility clinic that they went to. They didn't have to pay for any of the treatments, which I guess they should have already known if they didn't already, that this probably came with a catch, because no one gives away a treatment that in the real world is like tens of thousands of dollars for free. But it looks like her parents did know that the embryo would be tested on, but I guess they just figured it was worth the risk, or maybe they didn't tell them that she could potentially develop powers. But my guess is they had to know. I'm assuming they had to know. And they probably wanted to know. I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, if she does develop power, let us know. But my guess is maybe now knowing this, that maybe Marie's parents just assumed she wouldn't get powers because they came so late for her, right? Because all these other other V babies, we heard like usually by the time they were 6, 7, 8 years old, they were showing power. Someone right in remember back in season 1 of The Boys or 2, when Billy went into that nursery and that baby had laser eyes, literal babies. So the fact that Marie didn't have any manifestations of her powers that she saw or knew of till she was 13 is, interesting. But now I'm starting to wonder if maybe she did do things before and just didn't realize that was her power because it wasn't overt. But anyway, we discovered that that was the case with her and that her parents did know. And she got a lot of pictures and photos. And through those photos, she discovered that Cypher, aka Dr. Gold, was actually the person who was responsible for her parents while they were pregnant with her, and that he delivered her. So now knowing that they've had a lifelong connection is kind of crazy for Marie, but it explains his somewhat interest in her personally, and why I think he's trying to push her powers so much is because I think out of all these students, he does expect the most from Marie, because she's not like the rest, well, most likely not like the rest, in that she actually got the V much earlier than these other kids did. But anyway, speaking of that, we see that he asks her the question after their training session. He's like, why do you keep cutting yourself in order to access your power? And she's like, it's the only way I've ever done it. And he brings it back to what was brought up many times last season, that it's self-harm. And of course, she's like, no, much like Emma used to say last season too. Oh, no, the throwing up is not, it's part of my power. It's not though. It's not. And this season has made it 100% clear. I mean, we saw it last season when she shrunk when she was sad, but it was again reinforced this season, for example, that Emma does not need food or to purge to change her shape. It is actually something that right now is emotionally controlled. We saw how with Victoria, I mean, she could manipulate blood if it was around. She didn't do it. That was not her what would you call it? Her avenue of choice for using her powers, but she absolutely could. We saw her do it when she cut herself in the office with Marie, but she found other ways to use her power that was much more subtle. She always dealt with the blood that was already inside. And so all that to say that Victoria didn't hurt herself to use her powers. Marie keeps doing that. And yes, she's using it as the reason to use her powers. But we also saw last season when she thought she'd been kicked out of Godolkin and she was upset. What did she do? She ran to the forest, she grabbed the knife, and she cut herself because she started to think of all of the painful memories she had from her parents dying to all these different things that had hurt her throughout her life. The show is making it very clear that Marie doing what she's doing is not directly related to her powers. She's made that correlation in order to detract from how harmful it is, but they're not necessary. But anyway, same with Emma. Like, she can get to the point where, and I love that also the same episode, we saw that Polarity had that conversation, tried to get into that conversation with Emma, like, what happened after you got big? And she's like, oh, it was an emergency. But he's like, yeah, but still, can we talk about it? Like, even the way you got big, like, there's some things going on there. And once again, we saw Emma go immediately into defense mode. Eh? Oh, no, it's for my power. It's not a problem. It's not what you think, but it is. It is. And we saw all last season why Emma could get pushed to having an eating disorder. But digressing, I really like that the show keeps touching on some of these deeper matters here. But anyway, so Marie finding all that out, that was a lot. And then, of course, the big pièce de résistance, discovering that Annabeth has been there the whole time, that this woman actually did successfully adopt Annabeth and that she lived there. She claims Annabeth hasn't lived there or doesn't live there anymore. I don't believe her. I think when she knew that Marie was out and looking for her, she might have maybe sent Annabeth someplace, but that room does not look like somebody who's been gone for a long time. That looks like someone has actively been living there and was there up until recently. So I don't think she's gone. I think that's just what this lady told her, Pam told her, because I do sadly believe that Annabeth, well, okay, let's put it this way. I can believe that Annabeth does look at Marie and think, okay, yeah, that's the person who killed my parents. And because she was so young when everything happened, we never gotten her perspective on it. If Marie was horrified at what she did, imagine what her sister would have thought walking in that bathroom and seeing that, right? So maybe she doesn't think that Marie did it. Maybe she wants to understand, or maybe she is just terrified, because I would understand her being traumatized to the point of not really knowing how to feel about it. But I'm also wondering, I just feel like since that is her last living relative, I also feel like I just don't believe Annabeth doesn't even want to talk to Marie. Like, I do think she wants to at least be like, can you explain to me what happened? I need to understand from you what happened. But she's also a teenager, you know, they're moody. But anyways, I do think that's possible, and that maybe Pam, because she's Vought or used to be Vought, is trying to protect Annabeth. I really think that's what it comes down to, because while I'll believe for now that Annabeth was not also a Vought baby in the sense of being in vitro, I feel like if Pam was Vought, this is all speculation at this point, guys, but if Pam was in fact Vought in any way, once Marie's powers manifested themselves, and it was such a powerful power, I feel like Pam realized, oh shit, if Vought figures out that Annabeth, you know, that these two are blood sisters, there's a very strong chance that if they give Annabeth V, she'll probably A, take to it because Marie did, and B, probably also manifest a super, super big power, a very powerful power. And to protect Annabeth, she kept her away from Marie. Anyway, I'm not sure, but I definitely think I feel like 80% sure we're going to meet Annabeth this season. Whether or not it's going to be like a literal episode 8 thing or earlier, I'm not sure, but we got a face. We never had a face before. We saw a face in the pictures. So yeah, now that Marie knows that she's out there, I don't think Marie's going to look for her again. I honestly think she's going to respect what Pam told her, that her sister doesn't want to see her, because we know Marie still struggles with guilt over that day. But I do think that Annabeth is going to realize that Marie was there and maybe go looking for her. But yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, another really good episode. Like, they packed a lot emotionally into this episode. We haven't had a ton as far as action yet. And again, last season we didn't really until the end. But we're getting a lot of storytelling, a lot of layering, a lot of stuff that I'm sure is going to feed into The Boys season 4. And like I said, just a lot of emotional stuff, which I think is very important, because to understand why these soups get so crazy, we need to understand a lot of these underlying things that kind of kick things off where that's concerned. But yeah, another good episode. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.